Welcome back to the Aussie Shed, gentlemen. So I've been having a bit of thought about blow-off valve location. Now, on the 370 GT turbo build here, I'm going to be running these Tial 50mm QR blow-off valves. Now, these are recirculating plumb-back blow-off valves, so I need to mount them in such a position where they can vent into the intake pipe in front of the turbo. So that sort of restricts me on location for where I'd like to put them. Generally with blow-off valves, you want them located as close as possible to the throttle plate. You know, it's just the best place for them to sort of be. But realistically, in a build like this, it's all about the packaging. It's like, where can you fit them? You've obviously just got to put them in the best place that you can actually fit them. So for me, it really only leaves me one location. I'll spin the camera around and we'll have a look at the front of the car. So for me, folks, this area here is pretty much the only location that I can put the blow-off valves. And the reason being is that I can vent directly into this pipe here, which is where the air cleaner is going to mount onto. If I didn't have to recirculate the blow-off valves, I could just mount them directly to the top of the intercooler here, which would be a really easy place to put them, and they would work quite well. There's plenty of room for them up in here. I could mount them on the charge pipes up in the engine bay, but as I say, I've got to try and get them to vent into this pipe here. I could come down through the top, but I really don't have a clear path if I mounted the blow-off valves on the intake pipe up here and then tried to sort of shoot the vented air down back into this, whereas this gets me, you know, right next to it. Yeah, it's a little way away from the throttle bodies, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. You've got to put things where you can actually bloody put them. Whereas this location here, I've only got to get from here across to here. Mate, you've just got to go with what you can go with. Obviously, in a build like this, you can't always go for what's ideal. You've got to go with what can fit. So, that's one of our blow-off valves there. We've got to go into there. The way the thing sort of sits there, because this pipe's on a slight angle there, the blow-off valve is pointing down and not really where we want it to be. So what we need to do is grind the blow-off valve mount here to get the blow-off valve sitting more level and shooting more directly at that pipe. And I just happen to have prepared one earlier, just like a bloody cooking show, folks, just like a cooking show. So here is one fresh out of the oven. And as you can see, it actually sits level now instead of pointing down, and it aims straight at that. So this has had a bit of a grind in comparison to this one. You can see the difference of how much we've ground down the back just to get a little bit better alignment in our position there. So yeah, this is the guy that I'm about to sort of set up. So as I say, that's where it's going to be mounted. That gives me a direct shot, vent straight into this pipe here. Keeps it nice and legal, nice and quiet, no bloody dramas at all. So what I'm going to do now, folks, I'm going to take that adapter flange off the bottom there, and I'm going to tack welder onto the charge pipe there, and we'll see how we go. Alrighty, we've got a couple of tacks in that now, holding it in position. Put it back on, just time to sort of double check it before we weld it out. That looks pretty good to me, folks. It's sitting nice and flat. Shooting straight into that pipe there. No issues at all that I can see. We're not close to sort of hitting anything, rubbing on anything. It's all looking pretty good, I think. That's it right there. So I'm happy enough with that I can weld this out. Once this is all welded out, then I'll just get in here with a hole saw, cut this out fairly close to the edge, just finish it off with a die grinder, and just get it Mickey Mouse. Rightio, I'll weld this out, and we'll have another look. There you go, folks. Looking pretty good. It's all welded out. Sound's been knocked up with a hole saw and cleaned up with a die grinder, and it's looking very sweet, ready to be put in position. Very nice indeed. Let's mount her up. And there it is, folks, in position and ready to rock. Now all we got to do is put one on this side. It's never ending, folks. Never bloody ending, I tell you. Alright folks, I've just finished sculpting the blow-off valve mount for the passenger side there, and you can see the shape that we have. A lot lower on one side, factory height on the other side, just to get us enough angle so that we can get the blow-off valve sitting level. And the way I've achieved this is just by using a flat wheel and just marking it with a Sharpie in position. I actually got a bit of a rough idea initially and just used a cut-off wheel, and if you sort of look at the thing this way, you can see that you've got a pretty straight line going across there. Worked out how much we needed to take off and all the sort of calculations and that. You can see videos on YouTube that'll give you an idea how to do this just by holding it in position and making certain measurements and stuff. It shows you how to do it. So I've done that and then just cut the bulk of it off with the cut-off wheel, and then just finished it with a flat wheel to the shape that gets me where I want to go. So I've got a little mark there, that's my location mark on that, and I'm just about to tack her up. So this is the pipe here folks, and you can see the mark that I've got there. All I have to do is just line it up. It gives me rotation in this way, and as long as I just line those two up, that's where I want to be. Fit ups, oh, it's not too bad. She looks looks worse now that I'm out here on the bench. Anyway, it'll be fine. Alright, I'll get a few tacks on this and we'll just double check it and we'll weld her up. Couple of half decent tacks on there now folks. That'll hold him in position. I might just quickly mount the blow-off valve on it and do a final check with it all in position, all mounted up, just to be 100% sure before we go attacking it with a welder. That's looking pretty good there, gentlemen. I don't have any complaints about that. We're aiming directly at the intake pipe there. Pretty good, very even compared to the one on the other side. They're both about the same distance from the intercooler. They're both sitting nice and level. Both got plenty of clearance. I think I'm pretty bloody happy with that. I'll weld it out and I'll knock the center out of it and we'll be looking bloody good. And that is pretty much that, folks. So, all that's left to do now is just punch out the middle. Alright, I'll run a hole saw and I'll just clean the edges back with a die grinder. Very sweet. Looking good. So there it is, folks. She's all cleaned out now. As I mentioned, hole saw through the middle, cleaned it out with the die grinder. All turned out really nicely. Just grab a torch so you can sort of see in there. Sort of. It's very clean. Turned out quite reasonable. And best of all, it doesn't look like a dog's breakfast, which, as we know, is a pile of vomit. Alright. Let's take it over and mount the blow-off valve on it. And there it is, folks, mirroring the other side perfectly. Direct shot into the turbo intake pipe. Looking very nice. And a nice mirror reverse of this. So they're very symmetrical. Looking bloody good. Very happy with that. There's just one little thing left to do. I've got these little hose spigots, I guess you'd call them, to weld into the intake pipes for the turbo. This one needs to be obviously cut down a bit. They got a bit of a ridge line here. I'll probably just cut it just below that ridge line and use that little ridge there to weld on. And fit one in there, and then it's just a matter of putting a bit of pipe across them. A little bit more of a throw across to this side, across to here. But that's not really a problem. The reason this pipe is a bit further away on this side is it's stepped back to allow for the bottom radiator hose inside the engine bay there. The two sort of clash, so that was an issue that I had to work on when I was doing this piping. I had to modify this pipe to bring that back to get that radiator clearance, but this guy will go in here, and as with the other side, a bit of pipe between them. And then we have fully recirculating blow-off valves, nice and legal here in Australia. Rightio, so I guess these are the next thing. Our recirculating pipe pieces are now prepped and ready to go, gentlemen. So it's just a matter of getting those intake pipes for the turbos off and welding these in position, which I'm about to do right now. There you go, folks. They're both tacked up and ready to weld. So I might just weld these, knock the centers out, clean them up with a die grinder, give you another look. Let's get into it. And there you go, folks. All done now. I must say, I don't know what the hell these things are made out of, but they did not like to be welded. And I'll tell you that for bloody nothing. They were just shocking. They probably don't look too bad on the camera, but I tell you what, they were such a pain in the ass to do. They just did not like the welder. Anyway, they're done now. You've seen there, they're all cleaned up on the inside. Very smooth, no burrs, no edges. Just nice, smooth transitions. As you'd expect from the Aussie shed. Anyway, I guess we'll throw them back on the motor. And there you have it, folks. 50mm Tial QR recirculating blow-off valves fitted. Tick. And the other side. Tick. So I think that'll wrap up this episode, folks, on fitting your recirculating blow-off valves. So as always, thanks for stopping by the Aussie shed. Bloody pleasure to have you here. Gets friggin' lonely on these nights out in the shed, I tell ya. And I get a warm, fuzzy feeling knowing that you guys are here with me. So anyway, if you like my content, remember to subscribe to my channel, like the video, hit the bell, all that sort of stuff. You can support the Aussie Shed on PayPal and Patreon if you're so inclined, and if not, that's bloody good too. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.